So earlier this week, Nintendo released their first Nintendo Direct of the year. And I gave my recap, gave my thoughts. If you haven't checked the video out, it's on this channel. I guess I'll leave a link down below for you lazy people. Not just joking. Anyways, there was a lot to unpack at it. But now it got me thinking after all these exciting announcements. After Tears of the Kingdom, after Metroid Prime Remastered, after all these games come out, what's the future for the Nintendo Switch? The console has been a huge success. I think it's way much more of a success than Nintendo could have ever dreamed of, surpassing even the Wii in popularity. And it's been kind of a renaissance for the company after the Wii U and its failures. It's basically had a comeback like none other. Now, most of the games, anticipated sequels, releases, everything is out already. We just saw what they have in the future with the updates and all the announcements and Zelda. Now it's a weird period of uncertainty. It's like what is next here, right? Most of the remasters are already run dry with a couple that I wish they would do. Hello, Star Fox Zero. Throw that sucker out there. Put it on the Switch. So it's hard to know exactly what the future holds for the Nintendo Switch at this time. Myself included, and many of you guys, we're starting to wonder, hey, is it time that Nintendo moves on and releases a new console? We've been having all the rumors and news, speculation, all of us regurgitation people have been making Switch Pro content, and every time there's a Switch Pro rumor out there or a Switch 2, we jump on that. But at this point, if I see a Switch Pro rumor, I'm not even acknowledging anymore because we've been let down so many times by these insiders that at this point, I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, would it be an easy decision for Nintendo to move on from the Switch and make a new console? I don't think so. I think because the Switch has been an absolute game changer for the company, I think it'll be difficult, if not impossible, to even replicate that success with the next console. Like what if they discontinue support for the Switch now, start building towards a new console, and that one bombs? Like, what if it bombs even worse than the Wii U? My train of thought on this is, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Don't try to replicate anything. Ride this wave while you still can. Start getting the new games out. So, while a new Switch would initially generate a lot of excitement, it's hard to even think about, for example, how big Breath of the Wild felt, or Super Mario Odyssey felt, or even Animal Crossing felt when that came out. That game was a phenomenon. It's one example of many great games that came out at the right time, that came right at the beginning of the pandemic, and it blew up. It was like a game that just sold like hotcakes, and it made the Switch a success. So would Nintendo be willing to gamble all over again with a clean slate with a new console? The more you sit down and you think about it, the more it's like, no, I don't think they're going to move on from the Switch. Honestly. Why would you? At this point, it's in uncharted territory for them because they're not moving on. This did way better than they thought they could. So what does the future hold for Nintendo? We got the new Zelda coming in a couple months, Tears of the Kingdom, and that is the $1,000,000 question here. After that, what do they have fucking left? There are a few future titles that were highlighted during the Direct. You got Pikmin, just to name one of them, but that's not a console seller. That's not something that is going to hold the Nintendo Switch alive for the foreseeable future. It's hard to know what the rest of the year holds for Switch because they only went so many months ahead of us. And we can sit here and speculate, whether Nintendo will continue to support the Switch or not. At the end of the day, it's a corporation. But I feel that if they're going to compete, if they're going to accept and be behind the Nintendo Switch and not do a new console, we're going to need bigger and better games, honestly, than what we're getting right now. Because let's face it, the PS5's out there, the Xbox Series X is out there. Hogwarts Legacy just came out on both of those. The Switch is getting that in July. Is the Switch even going to be able to run an okay port of Hogwarts Legacy? It really feels, as far as first party titles go, the Switch has been pretty slow with releases. I mean, off the top of my head, games come out and then they're kind of like within a week or two done. Like Pokemon was initially hyped up, that failed, like not failed, but faded off quickly. The new WarioWare game came and gone. Mario Golf came and gone. I can't even think of any other ones. There was a Fire Emblem game. I haven't heard anybody talk about that. So many of these games, they come out, and then on the Switch, they're just kind of like initially there, and then a couple weeks later, nobody's talking about them. There's like no longevity, and I don't know. Like, to me, it just seems like it's a slow drip feed. They've been playing it safe with the first party front. Third party's been hit or miss. But after the next two big hits, which are Tears of the Kingdom and hopefully Metroid Prime 4, whenever that comes out, what will Nintendo have left? A new Mario game? That's pretty much what could be left. But, there's other games that help make the Switch good that can have sequels besides Mario Odyssey. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still getting support through the Nintendo Switch Online. How about we get a real Mario Kart game? We had that Mario Kart Labo game that, again, came out, had hype, and then it just failed, like filtered away really quickly. We also have Smash Brothers. What can we do with that, right? These are just examples of many great games I feel could have a sequel. And what about the games that we've been clamoring for? You know how many times I have a live stream going on and I hear somebody say they want a new F-Zero? Or what about remake of Mother 3? That's been like the rumor for a decade. That was a rumor during the Wii U era, that Mother 3 was getting a remake. So what can possibly be bigger than Metroid Prime 4 and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom at this point, besides a new Mario game or Mother 3 or, a remake of Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, F-Zero? Who knows, right? Maybe Nintendo will have to open up Pandora's box and make some of these dreams come true if they are going to keep supporting the Nintendo Switch for the foreseeable future, because it's sounding like hotcakes still. It's doing great. It's better than they ever would have thought of. It's redeemed them since the Wii U, days. So they got to step it up. If they're going to stick with the Switch and they're not going to make a new console or a Switch Pro, they got to figure out quickly what they're going to do after Metroid comes out and after Zelda comes out, because now it's like, fuck, what do we got planned? So the future of the Switch is uncertain, and it's clear that Nintendo at this time has a lot of decisions to make. But I do think that there's a lot of great games underneath the belt of the Switch yet, and if you're still new to the console, you have a lot to catch up on. But they will still always be something great in the industry. But it's just very interesting to tell or to question and speculate what the future holds, because I'm a little worried, but I have full faith in Nintendo. What do you guys think?